Guards of honor! Guards of honor! Strong! Shoulder! Hump! General salute! Present! Hump! Shoulder! Hump!
because of the signing in,
Yes,
they
sir.
say that might take us to 11:15 for the governor general arrival.
Yes, sir.
So we got 11 minutes. Let's stand it back.
Yes, sir. We might be here up to 11:15. So you have to sign some things. Right, so whole string. Well, they go tell us. That's all he tell me. We go here until 11:15. Because they have to sign some things. Everybody heard? We'll be here until 11:15. They have to sign some documents. Just what do you expect? Yeah. You the commissioner?
What did they do? In light of the fact that we said about an hour and a half, hour and a quarter. We'll bring them out and stand up inside the orderly man.
Yes, sir. I'll break you all off until such time, right? Guards of honor! You ready? Hold on forward. Okay. Guards of honor, shoot!
Good! Up honor! Forming! 3 ranks! From 2 ranks. 4! 3 ranks! Dressing! In 3 ranks. Rank! Dress! Move to the right entries. Rank 10! By the left! Quick march! Follow me.
Dated 29 January
Tell us when
2018.
you will tell us.
Yeah.
when they're ready. Yeah, everything good. Yeah.
Issued under subsection 1 of section 52 of the Constitution of Grenada, Parliament was dissolved on the 29th day of January 2018. Whereas it is provided by subsection 1 of section 51 of the Constitution of Grenada that each session of Parliament shall be held at such place within Grenada and shall commence at such time as the Governor General may by proclamation appoint. And whereas it is further provided by subsection 2 of section 51 of the Constitution of Grenada that there shall be a session of Parliament once at least in every year, so that a period of 6 months shall not intervene between the last sitting of Parliament in one session and the first sitting in the next session. Now, therefore, I, Cecile Lagrenade, Dame Grand Cross of the most distinguished Order of St. Michael and St. George, Governor General in and over Grenada, do hereby appoint the Trade Center at Montrouge in the parish of St. George as the place where the first session of the 10th Parliament shall be held at 10 o'clock in the forenoon on Friday, 27th of April 2018, as the time at which the said session shall begin. And members of the said Parliament and all other of Her Majesty's officers and loving subjects in Grenada, and all others who it may concern, are hereby required to take due notice hereof and give the ready obedience accordingly. Given under my hand and the public seal of Grenada, this 19th day of April 2018, in the 66th year of the reign of Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II. God save the Queen. Honorable members, consequent upon the general elections on March 13, 2018, and in accordance with sections 28 and 34 of the Constitution of Grenada, it has become necessary to elect a president and deputy president of the Senate, also a speaker and deputy speaker of the House of Representatives for the 10th Parliament of Grenada. Honorable Senators, pursuant to Standing Order number 3 of the Senate, I now invite nominations for the office of President of the Senate. Senator Steele.
Mr. Clerk, honourable members, I beg to nominate Senator Chester Humphrey as President of the Senate.
Members, there is a nomination for Senator the Honourable Chester Humphrey. Is there a seconder to the motion?
Mr. Clerk, Mr. President, I wish to associate ourselves with the sentiments of the motion.
Thank you very much. There is a seconder. Are there any other nominations? If there being no other nominations, I now declare Senator the Honourable Chester Arlington Arthur Humphrey to be the President-elect of the Senate. Senator, would you please come forward to take your oath of affirmation?
I, Chester Arlington Arthur Humphrey, do solemnly swear that I shall faithfully execute the office of President without fear or favor, affection or ill will, and that in the execution of the functions of that office, I will honor, uphold, and preserve the Constitution of Grenada.
Honorable Senators, pursuant to Standing Order number 4 of the Senate, I now invite nominations for the office of Deputy President of the Senate.
Mr. Clerk, honourable members, Mr. President, I beg to nominate Senator Christopher Diali to be Deputy President of the Senate. This will be in absentia. He is travelling at present, but this will be the nomination for Deputy President.
Thank you, Senator Steele. Is there a seconder?
Mr. Clerk, I beg to second the nomination.
Honorable Senator Christopher Diali is now Deputy President-elect of the Senate. Honorable members of the House of Representatives, pursuant to Standing Order number 3 of the House of Representatives, I now invite nominations for the office of Speaker of the House of Representatives. Minister Boyd.
Mr. Clerk, I beg to nominate Mr. Michael Pierre as Speaker of the House of Representatives.
Honorable members, Mr. Michael Pierre has been selected to, have been nominated to be the Speaker of the House of Representatives. Do we have a seconder?
Mr. Clerk, honourable members, I rise to second the nomination for the Speaker of the House of Representatives.
Thank you very much, Minister Pierre. Mr. Pierre has been nominated to the post of Speaker of the House of Representatives. I now invite Mr. Pierre. Are there any further nominations? There be no further nominations. I now invite Mr. Pierre, Mr. Michael Pierre, to be the Speaker of the House elect. Yeah. Michael.
I, Michael Pierre, do swear that I will faithfully bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, her heirs and successors, according to law, so help me God. I, Michael Pierre, do swear that I will faithfully execute the office of Speaker without fear or favor, affection or ill will, and that in the execution of the functions of that office, I will honor, uphold, and preserve the Constitution of Grenada, so help me God.
Thank you very much. Sophia, you Bible down. You please sign the leader. Sign here, please. And sign at the top also. Sophia, patience.
Thank you.
Yes.
Thank you for that.
I now beg for nomination for the post of Deputy Speaker of the House. Honorable Minister Boyle.
Mr. President, Mr. Speaker, I beg to nominate the Honorable Anthony Boson to be Deputy Speaker of the House of Representatives.
Mr. Anthony Boson has been nominated as the Speaker, be the Deputy Speaker of the House. Are there any other, is there a seconder? Mr. Davio?
Mr. Clerk, honorable members, I second the motion of Honorable Anthony Boson as Deputy Speaker of the House of Parliament.
Okay. Are there any other nominations? If not, I now declare that Honorable Anthony Boson to be the Deputy Speaker of the House. I now invite Honorable Anthony Boson to take his oath of office. Just take the Bible in the right hand.
I, Anthony Boson, do swear that I will faithfully execute the office of Deputy Speaker without fear or favor, affection or ill will, and that in the execution of the functions of that office, I will honor, uphold, and preserve the Constitution of Grenada. So help me God.
Please sign. Congratulations.
Thank you.
I now invite members of the Senate to come forward to take the oath of allegiance. So I now invite Senator the Honorable Simon Steele.
I, Simon Steele, do swear that I will faithfully bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, her heirs and successors, according to law. So help me God.
Sign there. Sign Steve.
Senator, the Honorable Judd Cadet.
Yeah, this card. This is card, this card. Just have this card here, and some card one again. Strap card, this card one. Okay. Okay. Take the Bible in the right hand.
I, Judd Cadet, do swear that I will faithfully bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, her heirs and successor, according to law, so help me God.
Sign here.
Sign here.
Yes. Okay. Thank you very much. Congratulations.
Senator, the Honorable Norland Cox.
Take the Bible in the right hand, Senator. Right there.
I, Nolan Cox, do swear that I will faithfully bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, her heirs and successors, according to law. So help me God.
You sign here.
Right here.
Yes, I
Senator, the Honorable Winston Garraway.
Right.
I, Winston Garraway, do swear that I will faithfully bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, her heirs and successors, according to law. So help me God.
Please sign anywhere. Please sign Thank you very much.
Senator, the Honorable Kim George.
I, Kim George, do swear that I will faithfully bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, her heirs and successors according to law. So help me God.
Thank you.
Senator, the Honorable Katisha Williams.
I, Katisha Williams, do swear that I will faithfully bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, her heirs and successors, according to law. So help me God.
Senator the Honorable Ron Redhead.
I, Ron Livingston Redhead, do swear that I will faithfully bear true allegiance to Her Majesty, Queen Elizabeth II, her heirs and successors, according to law. So help me God.
Senator the Honorable Glenys Roberts.
I, Glenys Roberts, do swear that I will faithfully bear true allegiance to Her Majesty, Queen Elizabeth II, her heirs and successors, according to law. So help me God.
Senator the Honorable Dunstan Campbell.
I, Dunstan Campbell, do swear that I will faithfully bear true allegiance to Her Majesty, Queen Elizabeth II, her heirs and successors, according to law. So help me God.
Senator the Honorable Christopher Diali. Senator the Honorable Mondi Andre Lewis.
I, Mondi Andre Lewis, do solemnly affirm that I will faithfully bear true allegiance to Her Majesty, Queen Elizabeth II, her heirs and successors, according to law.
Senator the Honorable Karine James.
I, Karine James, do swear that I will faithfully bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, her heirs and successors, according to law. So help me God.
I now invite members of the House of Representatives, and I now invite Dr. the Right Honorable Keith Mitchell to take his oath.
I, Keith Claudius Mitchell, do swear that I will faithfully bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, her heirs and successors according to law. So help me God. That's mine.
The Honorable Gregory Bowen.
I, Clarence Gregory Bowen, do swear that I will faithfully bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, her heirs and successors according to law. So help me God.
Honorable Clarice Modest Corwin.
I, Clarice Modest Cohen, do swear that I will faithfully bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, her heirs and successors, according to law. So help me God.
Honorable Alvin Dabrio.
I, Alvin Martin Dabrio, do swear that I will faithfully bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, her heirs and successors according to law, so help me God.
Honorable Peter David.
I, Peter David, do swear that I will faithfully bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, her heirs and successors according to law. So help me God.
Honorable Yolan Bain Hosford.
I, Yolan Bain Hosford, do swear that I will faithfully bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, her heirs and successors, according to law. So help me God.
Honorable Oliver Thomas Joseph.
I, Oliver Thomas Joseph, do swear that I will faithfully bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, her heirs and successors according to law. So help me God.
Honorable Kate Lewis.
I, Kate Lewis, do swear that I will faithfully bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, her heirs and successors, according to law. So help me God.
Honorable Pamela Moses.
I, Pamela Moses, do swear that I will faithfully bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, her heirs and successors, according to law. So help me God.
Honorable Emmeline Pierre.
I, Emmeline Pierre, do swear that I will faithfully bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, her heirs and successors, according to law. So help me God.
Honorable Nicholas Steele.
I, Nicholas Steele, do swear that I will faithfully bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, her heirs and successors, according to law. So help me God.
Honorable Kendra Maturin Stewart.
I, Kendra Mathurin Stewart, do swear that I will faithfully bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, her heirs and successors, according to law. So help me God.
Honorable Delma Thomas.
I, Delma Thomas, do swear that I will faithfully bear true allegiance to Her Majesty's Queen Elizabeth II, her heirs and successors according to law. So help me God.
Honorable Anthony Bolson.
I, Anthony Boson, do swear that I will faithfully bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, her heirs and successors according to law. So help me God.
Can I get a second one?
Honorable Tobias Clement.
I, Tobias Clement, do affirm that I will faithfully bear true allegiance to Her Majesty Queen Elizabeth II, her heirs and successors according to law.
Honorable members, please stand. Let us pray. Grant, we beseech thee, Almighty God, members of both houses, that they may wisely deliberate for the good of this country and for the glory of thy holy name. Please join with me as we say together the Lord's Prayer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Thy kingdom come, thy will be done, earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our trespasses, as we forgive those who trespass against us. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, the power, and the glory, forever and ever. Amen. Pray be seated, honorable members, that the houses do now adjourn during pleasure to await the arrival of Her Excellency.
Aye. Aye.
We demand for here. We demand for here. Come up. Close arms dress. Guards of honor! Guards of honor, shown! Shoulder hands! Royal salute! Present hands! Shoulder hands! Order hands! Good morning, Your Excellency. I am Superintendent of Police Terence Noel, reporting for the Guard of Honor, which has been formed for the opening of the fourth session of the 10th Parliament. The Guard comprised of 26 personnel from the Special Services Unit, dressed in 2 ranks, standing ready and awaiting your inspection. Your Excellency, may I invite you to inspect the guards? Guards of honor, shoulder hands! Royal salute, present hands! him go on. Go on. Tell him man go on. Go on. Go on. No, hold on, hold on. Cards of honor. Cards of honor. Shown. Adjutant. Stay still, stay still. Yeah.
Sir! The Speaker Honourable members, pray be seated. Let me find this.
Pray be seated. Mr. President, Mr. Speaker, members of Parliament, our nation embarks on this first session of the 10th Parliament with a deep sense of gratitude to Almighty God for his immeasurable blessings bestowed on our beautiful tri-island state and people. We are exceedingly grateful for all that we have achieved together in recent years and we look to the future with optimism, secure in the knowledge that as long as we continue to work together, we can achieve much more. Mr. President, Mr. Speaker, on March the 13th, the people of this nation were called on to once again exercise their democratic right to chart the course of this nation for the next 5 years. The result was an overwhelming mandate given to my government to continue along the trajectory of growth and opportunities that we have seen in the last 5 years. This is a responsibility that my government cannot and will not take lightly. Mr. President, Mr. Speaker, my government is faced with the urgent task of meeting expectations now to reassure them that they have made the right choice. For this reason, the task of completing projects currently on stream will be tackled with renewed vigor and urgency. My government also strives to secure new initiatives that will create more and varied employment opportunities, especially for our young people, even while we work to ensure that our elderly and vulnerable are appropriately cared for, supported, and respected. Mr. President, Mr. Speaker, my government commences this new term with sights set firmly on reinforcing the most solid foundation on which our democracy can stand. My government has always demonstrated its commitment to the principles of democracy, social justice, and the rule of law. A visible symbol of that commitment is our Parliament building. It is against this backdrop that one of my government's first major actions will be to open our new Parliament building, which was constructed with the generous assistance of the governments of the United Arab Emirates and Mexico. My government anticipates that within the next month, this goal will be realized and Parliament will be held in its rightful home. Mr. President, Mr. Speaker, I am happy to report that going into this new period of governance, Grenada's economy is in a much stronger position than it was 5 years ago, thanks to the sacrifices and resolve of our people and the support of our development partners. Macroeconomic stability has, for the most part, been restored, and our economy has experienced significant growth in each of the last 5 years. Our fiscal and debt situations have also improved significantly, and unemployment rates have declined dramatically, although we recognize that this rate is still too high. My government has implemented a solid fiscal framework to ensure adherence to fiscal discipline going forward, and reforms have been enacted that will help to promote higher economic growth and generate more employment. Mr. President, Mr. Speaker, my government, though satisfied, promises not to become complacent. We have achieved a lot in the last 5 years, but we cannot afford to sit on our laurels. We still have much work to do in order to fully consolidate our economic gains and build a sustainable future for all. Mr. President, Mr. Speaker, consistent with the promises made to the Grenadian people, my government's main focus for this session of Parliament will be to continue the transformation of our society, to secure the welfare of our people, to efficiently manage our economy to ensure the creation of jobs and a reduction in unemployment, to promote economic growth and social progress. Continuing the transformation of our society. Mr. President, Mr. Speaker, my government understands that if a democracy is to function effectively, people must